Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick peek outside that weather window. And a beautiful Veterans Day today on this Wednesday all across north central Washington as we look down at the beautiful upper Wenatchee Valley, and you can see a little bit of an orchard burn happening today. Boy, it was almost dead still today, not much wind to speak of, and temperatures, although a little bit below normal, still pretty nice out there with all of that sunshine. But things will begin to change as we get into tomorrow. Here's a look at kind of how our weather will play out over the next couple of days. By tomorrow, we will see a chance for rain showers, then rain and snow. And I think Thursday will be our best shot for snow here in the Wenatchee Valley. Our wettest day, it looks to be Friday, and that'll continue into Friday night and Saturday. And it looks like another wet one on Sunday as well. I will have all the weather details coming up for you a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Wenatchee man is jailed on suspicion of sexually assaulting a woman he escorted home from a party back in October. And another sign that COVID-19 isn't going anywhere anytime soon, state emergency proclamations put in place as far back as February will now extend into December. And Confluence Health had a record day Monday for both the number of people it tested for COVID-19 and the percentage of those tests that returned positive. But first, we begin tonight. A Soap Lake man charged with sexually abusing 2 children in his own household was arrested this week in Wenatchee. 31-year-old Christopher Colin Lester had been wanted on a Grant County warrant since October, charging him with first-degree child rape, child molestation, and incest. Sheriff's deputies say Lester turned himself in to authorities in the summer of 2019 and admitted sexually abusing both victims. He was allowed to go free during the investigation, and prosecutors did not seek charges until last month. Lester is now held in the Grant County Jail. A Wenatchee man is jailed on suspicion of sexually assaulting a woman he escorted home from a party back in October. 45-year-old Israel Gonzalez Munoz was arrested Friday after Wenatchee police investigated disclosures by a 20-year-old alleged victim. The woman said she was intoxicated and awoke at Gonzalez's apartment missing part of her clothes. Gonzalez allegedly admitted to sexual contact with the woman during interviews with police. He's held on $100,000 bail and is now awaiting charges. Well, and another sign that COVID-19 isn't going away anytime soon, state emergency proclamations put in place as far back as February will now extend into December. The legislature yesterday authorized the extension of 27 public health orders issued by Governor Jay Inslee, covering everything from unemployment benefits to health care licensing to public records. All those health orders will now persist until at least December 7th. Confluence Health had a record day on Monday for both the number of people it tested for COVID-19 and the percentage of those tests that returned positive. Andrew Canning, Director of Marketing and Communications for Confluence, said 609 people were tested on Monday at its drive-through services on North Chelan Avenue, with just under 13% of those tests returning positive. Unlike the community-wide testing that was done by the health district, the Confluence testing requires a referral before visiting the drive-thru. Canning said so far this week, their testing has diagnosed 156 new COVID-19 cases with a positive percentage rate of 11.7%. He said it's a trend that's been ongoing for the past 2 weeks. Canning said previous testing normally results in a 6 to 8% positive rate. There currently are 4 Chelan County and 4 Douglas County residents being treated for COVID-19 at Central Washington Hospital, with 1 patient on a ventilator in the intensive care unit. Well, coming up next, the first significant snowfall of the season on Snoqualmie Pass late Tuesday afternoon caused numerous problems that eventually forced the closure of the pass for close to 5 hours. No, the Okanagan County Sheriff's Office is not asking for gift card donations, but that's a telephone scam currently circulating in the county this week. Workers today removed the iconic fire bell atop Chelan County Fire District 1's downtown Wenatchee building in preparation for a move to the district's new fire station. And after a month of detours because of habitat improvement and riverbank work, the entire Capitol Loop Trail has reopened. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Mary Mates of Wenatchee believes a clean home is a happy home. Mary Mates provides holiday cleaning services to cheer about. Don't let the seasonal cleaning ruin the festive fun. Mary Mates can simplify your life at a great value. It's never too soon to start planning a holiday perfect home. Mary Mates of Wenatchee happily offers a worry-free guarantee. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Mates do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Call Mary Mates today.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Welcome back. In another news, the first significant snowfall of the season on Snoqualmie Pass late yesterday afternoon caused numerous problems that eventually forced the closure of the pass for close to 5 hours. The State Department of Transportation first reported multiple spinouts on Interstate 90 near Easton just before 4 p.m. and by 5 p.m. made the decision to close the interstate between North Bend and Ellensburg. Hundreds of motorists on both sides of the pass were forced to wait it out until just before 10 p.m. when I-90 was reopened. No, the Okanagan County Sheriff's Office is not asking for gift card donations. That's a telephone scam circulating in the county this week, in which callers claiming to be Sheriff Tony Hawley contact residents and ask them to buy and donate gift cards to the department. The sheriff says it's not an authorized call and warns people not to engage with those scammers. Well, workers today removed the iconic fire bell atop Chelan County Fire District 1's downtown Wenatchee building, all in preparation for a move to the district's new fire station. That station is nearing its opening at the former Prospector Pies location on Wenatchee Avenue. Fire District Chief Brian Brett said both the bell and a fire pole will be moving with the firefighters to that new station.
Good morning. Exciting times for Chelan County Fire District 1. We have been at this fire station here at 136 South Chelan for 91 years, and we are moving into our new location on November 23rd at 731 North Wenatchee Avenue. This building has a lot of history, very meaningful to everyone that's worked here and the community, and we wanted to take some of that with us. So we went to the Historic Preservation Board of the city and asked permission if we could repurpose the old bell that's been stored up on the roof of this station for years and take one of the fire poles. What we're going to do with the bell is put it out in a pedestrian plaza on display out in front of the fire station. It'll look really nice, and we'll hopefully detail out some history with it so people have something to read and get some context. The pole, however, we still use the fire poles every day. It is still the best way to travel, very efficient. We installed the new pole at the new station, or the old pole at the new station. It is in service and functional. I personally haven't had a chance to slide down it yet. It is installed to modern code, and you have to hit a button, and there's a light above it that says in use. It's pretty neat, and our guys will still be using that. And behind me here, to go in to one of our north stations, this particular fire engine here is going at the Sunny Slope Fire Station. We just purchased 2 of these, and we're super proud to have them. We're going to do a dedication ceremony to Garrett Rasmussen's family and Mike Compton's family on December 5th, and a push-in ceremony dedicating our new apparatus in our north and south locations.
And before we go to break, after a month of detours because of habitat improvement and riverbank work, the Apple Capitol Loop Trail has fully reopened. The Chelan County PUD project included bringing in boulders and cobble fill to stabilize the Columbia River shoreline. That work was completed on time. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
The 2021 models are arriving at Sangster Motors. General Motors is on the move with the all-new 2021 Yukon. Yukon is redesigned from the ground up with a bold new look and all the latest technology. Also new is the Canyon AT4 pickup. This off-road equipped mid-size truck will challenge any rival for performance and value. Both of these models will offer Duramax diesel options for maximum power and economy. The American Challenge is game on at Sangster Motors now.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The Chelan-Douglas Transportation Council largely deals with the movement of car traffic around the Wenatchee Valley. Tomorrow, however, they're scheduled to consider whether to join a national network of bicycle routes. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins has more.
The U.S. bicycle route system is still in its formative stages, but it promises to be immense. The American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials and the nonprofit Adventure Cycling are in charge of mapping out a system of bicycle routes that would stretch from coast to coast. Jeff Wilkins, Executive Director of the Chelan-Douglas Transportation Council, says his members will vote Thursday on whether the two counties should become part of the project.
We have a mandate to think about long-range planning and long-range needs for the two-county area here for all forms of transportation. So we're involved in freight rail, even commercial air services, anything transportation related, freight mobility. Most of what people see is the emphasis on road and bridge projects.
In Washington, the USBRS already encompasses parts of the North Cascades highway system and extends from Bellingham to the Idaho Panhandle. But AASHTO's first step in building new parts of the route is to reach out to local transportation planners, asking for their preliminary endorsement of the idea. That's the vote being considered on Thursday.
The work Chelan-Douglas Transportation Council has been doing around bicycle transportation and bicycle safety hasn't really been all that focused on this U.S. bike touring route initiative, but I think it's one that it's recommended to the board that we would accommodate with this resolution.
Any formal designation could be years away, and specific USBRS routes in the valley haven't been scouted. But if adoption moves forward into future phases, Wilkins says it could put the Wenatchee Valley on the map, literally.
We already see a lot of bicycle tourists on our highways and city streets and county roads passing through the region. So it's not necessarily creating something that doesn't already exist in the region. I think there's generally a pretty high level of interest in cycling in this part of the state, this part of the country.
Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast on this Veterans Day 2020. And thank you to all those veterans out there that are watching who served. We appreciate you. And it was a beautiful day out there all across North Central Washington. We've switched now to our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley. And just a gorgeous day. All kinds of sunshine out there. Temperatures just a few degrees below where we should be for this time of year. But all in all, I think most of us will take it because the next 5 days, it's going to be awfully wet and maybe even a little bit white. High temperature today wasn't bad, as I mentioned, unofficially at 45. 46 is now our normal high temperature. We started off the day at 26. 33 is our normal low temperature. Record high 59 back in 1990, and the record low a chilly 13 degrees in 1985. Sunrise straight up 7 o'clock this morning, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:29. Let's take a look at how your Thursday shapes up. It's going to be a messy one out there. Don't know how else to really put it. We'll see a mixture of rain mixed with snow, and then all snow. Lower 40s in Moses Lake and Quincy. Not going to make even 40 degrees from Wenatchee west and to our north. 39 for Wenatchee, 37 in Leavenworth, and 39 in Chelan. Rain and snow likely throughout the day, especially afternoon and evening. Let's take a look at that surface loop now, and I'll show you exactly why we're going to see all of that. Tonight, increasing clouds. This grayer area is a fog layer that could move in overnight tonight. So as you make that morning commute tomorrow, be aware some fog might be in the picture. And then this rain begins to move in as we get into Thursday. And here we go. By afternoon, a 60% chance for rain mixed with snow. That will turn all to snow by Thursday night. Snow level about 900 feet. That will continue to rise as we make our way through the overnight. As we get into Friday, I think this will be our wettest day of the entire forecast period. It will be slightly warmer, so I'm expecting mainly rain showers for us here in central Washington, all circulating around this area of low pressure. High temperatures, though, really won't be bad. We're talking middle to upper 40s for Friday. By Saturday, the next system moves in, and that could bring us a little bit of wind, too, right here in central Washington. A 40% chance of rain on Saturday. Temperatures just showed you 46 is about normal, and that's where we'll be pretty much on Saturday. As we transition into the end of the weekend on Sunday, then cloudy skies once again and more shower activity. A rain-snow mix for Sunday, especially into Sunday night. So we're not out of the woods after tomorrow for the white stuff. That could happen again at the end of the weekend and once again on Monday, although I think it'll be mainly rain on Monday with temperatures near normal. But boy, lots of cloudiness, and look at the train of moisture moving up from the Pacific, and that will continue as we get into our Tuesday forecast too, with mostly cloudy skies. Scattered showers late as this system moves over. It will be a little bit warmer on Tuesday, though, with highs then mainly in the upper 40s. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. At 26 degrees, the overnight low tonight. A little bit of fog in the morning, then a good chance for rain and snow tomorrow afternoon, and 39. More rain then right through Sunday into Monday, with high temperatures mainly then in the mid-40s. But by Tuesday, our chance for rain will go down a little bit, but our temperatures will go up with a high by Tuesday of 48 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hi, my name is Blaine Johnson. I'm at Global Elite Motors. We're tied in with Global Car Care down here locally. So we're not your typical car buying experience. Somebody can come down here, take a look at what we have, and if we have the right vehicle for you, we'd be glad to help you out with it. A lot of times we are able to go out and find specific vehicles for somebody so that it fits their needs, their budget, and all the things that you want without you being obligated right away. If you're looking for a good, reliable car, come see me, Blaine Johnson, down at Global Elite Motors.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue.
Currently, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is open for dine-in and take-out. Owner Justin Hefner and his staff are just as excited as you to get back to their regularly scheduled full menu, music, and poker. So stay tuned. Meanwhile, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is serving a limited menu for lunch and dinner, dine-in or take-out.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you and a good Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the Seahawks will again play in an empty CenturyLink Field when they return home to host the Arizona Cardinals in Week 11. Seahawks have already hosted 4 games without fans this season, wins over New England, Dallas, Minnesota, and San Francisco. Next Thursday's game will be Seattle's 3rd primetime game at home, having previously hosted New England and Minnesota on Sunday Night Football. In a statement, the team announced, quote, "Through ongoing collaboration with local public health and government officials, we have decided we will continue without fans in attendance at our home game on November 19th versus Arizona. Should they determine conditions have improved enough for us to host fans in a limited capacity in December, we will announce those plans at a later date," end quote. Well, Pete Carroll's admittedly a defensive backs coach, so the faults in the Seahawks defense, allowing so many passing yards, he's taking it personally by the 69-year-old coach. He points to injuries and rotating lineup as part of the problems, especially with communication.
This is such a high-tech area of the game that guys have to really be able to fit and feel one another, and so we have just not had that continuity. We've not had the good fortune of that. So I'm hoping that as we keep going here, as we get a chance to finish in the stretch, that we'll keep our guys out there together and we can make some progress. I thought Trey Flowers played the best game he's played in a long time, maybe his best game ever in terms of technique and consistency. He had a great week. If you remember, I said that last week. It was the best he's ever looked. He looks like his confidence is an all-time high. I think that's a really great step for him. He's had an opportunity to play a couple weeks in a row, and he really is coming back.
Seahawks are hoping to have Shaquille Griffin back in the lineup this weekend when they travel to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Coach Carroll says that Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams and the rest of the defensive backs are still learning how to play with one another.
He's done a great job back there for us in the middle, controlling things, but he's communicating really in game time situations. Just, I guess it's like the 3rd time with Jamal, and Jamal's a very high-spirited, highly communicative guy, and so they have to work together under the stressors of the game, and so they're learning. So that's why, I'm not. You're wondering about where the patience comes from, but I think it's out of necessity right now that we have to work our guys through it, and hopefully when Shaq gets back and we get those 4 guys out there together, and whether it's Quandre or check that Quentin or not, we'll see how it goes, but we can get better. DJ Reed did a nice job for us in the 2 weeks that he's played for us. Remember, he had only practiced 1 week with us before. No, it was the 1 week before he played last week. So there's just more stuff to be gained here, and really the lack of the offseason would be a factor for these guys, where they would have been all healthy through all the weeks being out on the practice field and all that communication. That would have helped this group. It's a new bunch, I think we're going to keep continuing to get better, and we're going to make a move. It's going to look, hopefully it looks markedly different than what's happened in the first half, and the numbers and stuff don't give you so much fuel to keep asking the questions and feeling bad about it, and all of us included, and we can turn this thing around.
Seattle will travel to Los Angeles Sunday for a 1:25 kickoff against the Rams. The game will be broadcast on Fox Television. Well, speaking of sports on TV, we're back with Hockey Night tomorrow night here on the NCWLIFE channel. We're featuring a game from last December 20th when the Wenatchee Wild hosted the Alberni Valley Bulldogs at the Town Toyota Center. Buck drops at 7 o'clock tomorrow night here on the NCWLIFE channel. Arch Ecker with the play-by-play. We have Caribou Trail League football on tap for Friday night as the Cashmere Bulldogs host the Omak Pioneers at a game from last October 4th. Grant and I will have the call for that one. Then Saturday will feature Moses Lake and Eastmont Volleyball at 2 o'clock. Then at 6, it's a replay of the Jerry Bershauer Memorial 100 at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. Now, speaking of the Super Oval, they have kicked off their Doors for December fundraiser this week. Fans of racing on Fancher Heights have a chance to bid on doors from actual race cars. WVSO manager Jeremy Andrews says they have autographed doors from Garrett Evans, Hayden Plybon, Dale Winterberg, Terry Halverson, Terry Osborne, Glenn Knutson, and others. Proceeds for the auction benefit the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. Last year, WVSO's Doors for December auction raised nearly $2,000 for the toy drive. Learn more on the Super Oval's page on Facebook. You can just search Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. The Les Schwab Community Toy Drive, by the way, will kick off November 21st with a collection event at Hooked on Toys. We'll be back at Hooked on Toys for a 1-hour live remote broadcast here on the NCWLIFE channel the following Saturday on November 28th. Now, student athletes at Wenatchee Valley College and other NWAC schools will not lose any eligibility this year. Due to the COVID shutdown of athletics this fall and looming questions over the rest of the year, the Northwest Athletic Conference announced Monday that student athletes who participate in any games or matches this year will maintain 2 years of eligibility going into next year. The conference, which includes Wenatchee Valley College and the Eastern Conference, announced July 9th that it was postponing fall sports into the winter and spring quarters because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The NWAC release Monday stipulated that the waiver would be granted on the discretion of each individual school, not necessarily across the conference. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. Tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, my good friend Amy Gustin will be joining me. I love Amy. We go back to kindergarten. That's how long we've known each other. So yeah, like 30 years, something like that. The topic of conversation tomorrow is the Sangster Motors and BNCW virtual tour of homes. It's going to be virtual this year. You can look at it anytime you want. It's pretty spectacular. A lot of work went into it. Amy's going to talk about that when we visit with her tomorrow on a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. We'll see you tomorrow, live and local at 7 a.m. Grant, back to you.
30 years, Dan? Now let's take a quick look at that 7-day forecast. And one thing I want to give you a heads up about as we head into tomorrow morning, we could run into some morning fog. Keep that in mind for tomorrow morning. And then it is just going to get wet. We will see a rain-snow mix for Thursday, turning more to snow towards Thursday night. And then Friday, it is just going to flat out rain all day long with cloudy skies. And we're going to stick with that rainy, cloudy weather right through Monday before things get a little bit better by Tuesday. The good news by then, we'll warm up to a temperature of about 48 degrees. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. It felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.